And now I believe I am recording. All right. So first question. Really glad that Jennifer Daunt from Dauntless Promotions is on. First question is, I want to know when you got the music bug.
The music bug. To work in the music industry or just loving music?
Just loving music. Like, what was that moment when you were like, this is the greatest art form I have experienced, and I wish to spend as much time and space as I can within the music world?
Well, might be 5 years old when I started playing the piano, writing songs, and not wanting to learn all the classical music that I was being forced to learn by my piano teacher, and realizing that I could play the music I heard on the radio, like trying to play Depeche Mode or the Smiths, listening to the radio and everything about the culture around it. I wanted to be a part of it.
I do remember like having a trumpet lesson till I was 13 and hating them, and then getting someone giving me an acoustic guitar and showing me three chords and being like, you can just make up whatever you want. You can literally just say whatever you want and throw these three chords together and go do it. Dauntless Promotions. Okay, let's get to the business side. How did Dauntless Promotions get launched, and what's its niche or its goal or aim? How does it differentiate itself?
Well, I worked for a few smaller boutique, as we call it, record labels, Putumayo World Music and Windham Hill, and I can't remember all of them, but I realized they all needed radio promotion help, and a separate company could serve many different independent labels. So I learned the ropes from a really well-known radio promoter who was independent. It was about the time that non-commercial radio and NPR became a huge source for everybody. It was right after 9/11, and everybody, I think, was looking for real news and real connection, something more intelligent because of everything crazy going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was at a position where I could start my own company and work with non-commercial radio stations that focus on music, not just news. That would be like KXP, who you interviewed, and
Yep.
KCW and WFUV in New York, WXPN in Philadelphia, WNCW, who serves Asheville, North Carolina.
I know those guys. Yep.
But it was good timing that I could start my company at the same time these non-commercial stations really established themselves as the new alternative. There were some alternative commercial stations in the late 80s and early 90s. They turned corporate, and listeners needed somewhere else to go, and these non-commercial public and community radio stations had to pick up the ball and ran it.
Yeah, they're the one place that kind of breaks out of that commercial establishment kind of ability to control the music, to actually have human beings play what they like to hear.
That it's another group of people that's like the radio community. There are the Spotify playlisters, and they are treated like royalty. I don't know how to work them. I don't have any of those contacts. I've spent my whole life building up my radio contacts, but wow, Spotify and Apple, like that's
Wow.
a whole different group, and I don't know how you find them. Those are coveted contacts, and the label people have them, managers have them, but there's probably a how-to for somewhere on how you engage the Spotify editors. But you start locally. That's always the theme, right? If you have a huge following locally, word starts to get out. Promoters, the venue promoters will talk about you to their contacts.
But I see in Asheville, which is kind of a very contained community, that I see bands which kind of blow onto the scene and are around for a couple of years, and they get as big as the scene allows. Like they're at Grey Eagle, they're at Orange Peel, they're at these venues where